Yes, so it was kind of exciting being in the back of this ambulance and the blue lights. I could see the blue lights reflecting off the buildings, and I thought, oh, they might put the two tones on in a minute, so they did, and it just took me back to the old days.
You gave the adrenaline rush, Ted. Were you like, quick, get the cuppers?
Yeah, it's not often I get to go in the back of an ambulance and have a lie down and the blue lights and everything going. Yeah, just like the old days.
Oh, we're live.
We're live.
That wasn't a secret story, was it? That was a real story. That
was a real story.
Suitable for public consumption.
It was. Hey everyone. Hey, it's Fox from eModels. And let me get it right. It's Fox. Fox from eModels. eModels.co. I can't do it, Ted. Ted, just do it. Then we'll go back to me. Go on.
Welcome to eModels. eModels.co.uk.
There we go. I can't do it. I haven't got Ted.
Yeah, but you can do the other bit. Your one-stop shop for stuff.
Yeah,
and nobody else can do that right.
Yeah, that's true. Your one-stop shop for all your model making needs.
And if they haven't got it, you probably don't need it.
Slap it in your basket.
I'd slap it on.
Yes, good man. Hey everyone, Fox here, and welcome to Monday night. Monday night, not like last Monday night, which was no show at all.
Yeah, we were here last week. Yeah.
Monday, it's 9 o'clock. It's eModels live time. Yes. Now, apologies for last week. Last week was bank holiday. Chris and I had other things to attend to, family stuff and that, and we didn't really want to have Ted doing a show on his own. So we took a break last week, but we are back today. So welcome to everybody to the eModels live show. As always, with me are my two very best friends. First of all, Mr. Chris, how are you, sir?
Hello. I'm very good, thank you.
Is he a better friend than I am?
No, he's just next on my little list of pick little thumbnails.
You can't go around, because if he does you and misses me, then he won't remember me at all, and I'll be sad.
I'll probably mention Paul or something, and then he's not even here. So
that'd be about right.
In no preferential order.
Yeah, you should say that. We should say that in no preferential order.
In no specific order. Yes, how are you doing, Christopher?
I'm good, thank you. I had a pleasant week off last week, and back as if we've never been away.
Was any tan lines?
Not that I'm showing anybody. No.
Not
Actually, I don't even remember what the weather was like last week. I don't.
No, probably miserable.
I have no memory.
No. And of course, this week back with us, not for the whole show tonight, but for a little bit, is lovely Tedward, who's come back, just popped in. He came back after his period off with poorly health. He was back last week for the first time, and now he's back with us again today.
Well, the week before last.
Yeah, week before last week. Yes. Well remembered. I've just forgotten the thing I've just spoken about 2 minutes ago.
Yes, that's like me. I just have no memory. It's gone. Yeah,
but I'm like that because I'm rubbish, Ted. You're like that because you've got.
I now do officially have a memory like a goldfish.
I'm a little bit worried that it might be catching.
But I do have a standard brain. It was confirmed at the hospital. I have a standard brain. It's just a standard. I don't know whether I can upgrade.
I don't know. You maybe need to get some upgrade things on that.
Yeah, I can now carry a piece of paper around with me saying at the hospital they discovered I had a standard brain.
You need to get like a cherry bomb put in and some lights, some low lights.
I want to can I trade this brain in, please? Can I have a better one? Can I have that one over here? The one at the back. The one on the shelf over at the back.
The turbo and flames. That'd be nice. Flames, Cabron, flames.
You just want a brain with a shark mouth on it, don't you?
Yeah. There we go.
So just to tell you all, I am coming in at the start of the show, and as maybe about halfway through or whatever, I'm going to drop out and just sit back in the chat and let these two lovely faces terrify you for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
So if anybody in the chat notices that he's starting to flag and falling asleep, let us know.
Yeah.
And we'll kick him out.
I'll send it. Yeah, can you just give me a ping on me? Can you send me a text on my phone so it pings and shakes back into life?
Yeah, we do take great care of Tedward. It's not because we love him dearly and we want the best for him and obviously looking out for his health. It's because if anything goes wrong, we'll get it in the neck from Mrs. Ted. So It's purely mercenary. We need to make sure he's all right. So yes, Ted won't be with us for the full show, but we'll come back with you in the chat. But big thanks to Ted for coming along. We do appreciate it, Tedward. This is your show after all. Although technically it's not our show at all.
Well, no, it's the viewers' show. It's their show. We're just here to facilitate their. I was going to be like the two Ronnies then and come out with some big long.
I was kind of finishing your sentence and it was definitely not family friendly. So I was kind of thinking. Yes,
Yeah.
we're just the wallpaper for people's backdrops while they're watching. But as always, welcome to everybody who's with us. If you're watching this anywhere, do come along and join in the live chat. If you can't see the live chat, it's here on my screen. I'm pointing to it because it's relevant to you guys. If you're not able to see the live chat, if you're watching from somewhere it's embedded on a website, on the eModels website, which is emodels.co.uk/live, I think, then all you need to do is click the YouTube, wow, get my words out, not the eModels logo, the YouTube logo in the bottom right, down here somewhere.
Or is it over here?
It's on one of the sides. I don't know.
Down there somewhere.
I'm back.
It's somewhere on the screen, wherever you may be.
Yeah.
It'll be the one that says YouTube on it.
Yeah, it looks like a YouTube logo and it says YouTube with the word U and tube.
That's a giveaway.
Yeah. Click on that and that will take you to the YouTube page with the stream and you'll have the live chat. And it's worth coming onto the live chat because we have the stickers and the things to give away, which I forgot to get out. So I'll get them out in a minute. But there's a flying thing.
Yeah.
I have some stickers if that helps. Yeah, I'll wave some stickers around. There you go.
And we'll get them out.
Stickerage is here and available.
I have many stickers. So we will be doing the sticker giveaways and things like that. So do come along and join in the live chat. As always, it is a family-friendly show. So welcome to everybody, but keep yourself behaving in the chat. We have many, many mods in tonight. So welcome to all our lovely mods who will be looking after you. They're really nice people. So look after them and they'll look after you. We've got Dad, Mark Mountain. We've got Colin at Festa67's workshop. Who else have we got in there? We got TK in tonight. Is he in yet? No,
I haven't seen him yet. No,
not yet. So we got Dad. Gross Models is Chris. So he's not really a mod. He's just kind of sat there. He's there.
We got Skipper Ted in there as well. I can see him.
No, and there's eModels.
And the eModels man's there. Yep.
Yeah. So welcome to Dad and Colin, who'll be at the moment are your mods. I'm just gonna make sure I've got all the stickers out. Stickers.
Oh, Paul from Team Inept is also in there. He's a mod, but he's not nice. He says.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Don't make him angry. You won't like him when he's angry.
You won't like him when he's not angry either. But that's besides.
He's the grumpy one. He looks nice and soft and lovable, but inside he's just a giant spike. He's not really. He's just a big soft puppy dog, really, isn't he? Yeah. But yes, welcome to everybody who is watching. So hopefully tonight we'll whiz through the show as normal. We're going to shake things up a little bit. Ted's going to be with us for the first half of the show, so we're going to do things like the what's in store a little early.
Yeah.
I think we'll start just moving things around now. Keep you on your toes, not necessarily do things in the same order.
Yeah, so we thought that some people might come in who don't sit around and sit through and watch the whole show, and they just fast forward to the giveaway. So we might mix it up, put it somewhere else. So
you know what? We really should make a list of all the things we should do and cross them off when we do them. Because if we mix it up, we're going to miss things.
That won't work.
No, it won't work because then we'll just forget to look at the list we've written down.
Yeah, that'd be true.
Do as I do and forget the list. Forget you made a list.
Because remember, Ted had a thing on the top of his screen saying, do this, do that. We never did.
Well, he's got a thing on the top of his screen saying what day it is.
Yeah, that's a whole different thing there. But yes, welcome to all of you. As always, don't forget, of course, we do depend on you for your questions and stuff to talk, giving us stuff to talk about, because otherwise we'll just be sat here twiddling thumbs. It's all about you hanging out in the chat, but if you want to ask us a question, if you're in the live chat, you can do. Just make sure you put it all in capital letters so we have a chance of seeing it. We do tend to miss a lot of the chat because we're too busy being pretty on telly. It's a very demanding task. Some of us need
more demanding for some of us than others.
Yeah, I was going to say some of us it takes a bit more effort. So self-depreciating. It's good.
And so on that note, I've already spotted one question that wasn't in capitals, but I happened to see it. Jamie Bones got a question for Fox. He says, "How do you manage to get the doors on your transit van to stay open as his keep falling off?" That sounds like it should. They should fall off, shouldn't they? That's how they work on transit vans.
Yeah, they don't stay on. With mine, they were a pig to get in because you have to kind of really jiggle them around. I seem to remember it all hinged on the rear bumper or something fitting on properly, and it was a pig to get on. So they may require some pushing and smacking a little bit. But failing that, just glue it and stick it in a diorama, and nobody will ever know.
Okay, so if it's in a diorama and not being opened, then glue them.
Just glue them in place. But I didn't have a problem with mine. So maybe perhaps you've trimmed one of the little lugs a bit far, or the hole it goes too big, or something. I can't remember how it worked, but I think it was like the floor and the back wall or something, or the back wall and the bumper or something was kind of made the thing it locked into. Although I had the uppy downy door on mine. It was the tailgate door, not the openy doors, I think.
The tailgate one would be harder to stay open, wouldn't it? Because the tailgate one was quite stiff on mine, but I glued it in place anyway.
side doors.
They were the type of doors where you used to have to carry a stick because the spring, the spring used to fail, and you used to have to hold them up with a stick.
Yeah, I think the side door, the side slidey door, wasn't openable on my kit, I don't think. And the passenger and driver door, they just slot into place. They're kind of, it's like two bars that stick out and then a hook like that, and they just go into 2 pegs and 2 holes. So they stay in place. But just do it in position if it's in the diorama or just for display. Mm-hmm. So yes, so if you want to ask us a question like that, make sure you put it in big fat capital letters so we can see it. If you want to, you're more than welcome to use Super Chat. That's the little $ at the bottom of the chat. If you click on that, it will put your question in a big coloured box, and we can't possibly miss it. But if you've not got access to the chat, if you're watching somewhere you can't see the live chat, don't panic. You can send us an email. You can ask us a question via email, and the email address is, Ted, would you like to do that?
It is ted@emodels.co.uk.
Yes, ted@emodels.co.uk. Send your questions there if you can't do it in chat. Also, don't forget, we'll be doing sticker giveaways later on, and if you want to send us a question and answer to use during the giveaways, send your question and your answer and your name and address, and if we use your question, we will send you a sticker.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Yeah. And don't forget, you can send us questions not just for the stickers and the mugs, but questions on anything.
Yeah, we like questions about anything, especially questions about not model making, because they're even more fun.
Yeah, well, I've just found a website on Facebook.
Well, I'll steady now. Wait a minute, this family friendly.
Yeah, that's for later.
Yeah, I've found something on Facebook. Apparently, it's called "I Grew Up in the '80s." There's loads of stuff on here. I might. Yeah.
So Ted's off now. Thanks for coming, Ted.
yeah. Sorry, I'm just drifting. Yeah, just drifting along.
Like Greg, just Ted's sitting there just surfing the internet while we're doing the show.
Yeah, that's it. Yep. So, so there's been 2 weeks of stuff that people have been able to get some. They probably get some modelling done last Monday.
Yeah, maybe they did. Maybe. I mean, a lot of people who watch this actually tend to just like do stuff, and we're on in the background, which is kind of the best way. You don't really want to look at us; just have us as an audio.
Maybe we should try that one week. We can just do stuff and let them chat in the background.
Somehow get the audio feed from people watching.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, turn everybody else could turn the cameras on, and we'll watch them.
That worked for me. Give me a chance to put my feet up.
Yeah.
So anyway, yes, so it's been a couple of weeks.
I'm not too sure I want to watch the cameras a lot, a few of these people.
No, maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Yes. So it's been a couple of weeks. We've had stuff to do. So I'll go around the round and say what we've all been up to. I haven't done much. I've done a bit. I've worked on my Warhammer armigers. They are now pretty much almost complete. I've just got to do the base, get the base sorted out. So they're almost done. And I started work on my master grade Verkar Strike Rouge Artillery, which looks like nothing at the minute, because that's kind of a bit stuck together in a bit of frame. There's nothing much going on there. There's tons of it not applied yet. So I've not done a massive amount of work. I've done bits and bobs, but been a bit tied up. So not a great deal to report. What about you guys? What are you up to, Tedward? Have you had any time at the bench?
Yeah, I have had a little bit of time at the bench.
You in the background.
Yeah, between spending times in the back of an ambulance, I did manage to try and get sort of all the guys for my submarine all. If I picked them up, fingers work. Got sort of all the guys for the submarine sort of started. They're all glued together now. And the first, I prime all my figures with a black paint, and then got loads of them. And then sort of start working on the skin tones. Don't know if you can see that. I'll just go over to me a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. Got the skin tones going in there. I started on that.
Ted and his flesh tones always.
Flesh tones. And sort of getting those guys together. But I'm finding that at the moment my concentration doesn't last too long. And after about an hour, you
kind of fade away.
Get a bit fed up of it and sort of need to leave it before, but it's coming back eventually. Yeah, it's coming back. So I've done a little bit. Get on with that. Yeah, but that's about all I really have to do. That and sleeping.
Yeah. Did you find the painting for an hour at a time just help get your hand coordination?
Yeah. The sensation in my hand has come back a little bit, and then it disappeared again. Hence why I spent a day in the back of an ambulance, or half an hour in the back of an ambulance. Yeah. So it's coming back. Everything's been rewired in the brain. I think the guys up there are still working. plug doesn't work in there, we'll take it out and put it in somewhere else.
Can you tell which ones you painted at the beginning of the hour and which ones you painted at the end of the hour?
Yeah, I go quite nice and tidy at the beginning, and then towards the end of I just slapping it on.
You go to cubist mode at the end.
Yeah, that's it. Then I think, I should really leave it now. But yeah, when I did some airbrushing, but I haven't got an spray booth set up here, so I had to wait for a nice day. I'm back to the days like you, Fox. I have to wait for a nice day to go outside and do some airbrushing. So I actually managed to get a coat of primer on the submarine hull as well.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah.
For those viewers who are a bit new to this show, you might not realise, but Ted, Ted, Chris, and I do a build series for eModels, and Ted was working on the 148th Trumpeter U-boat. You can see the conning tower in the background there.
There is.
Which is part way through at the moment, so hopefully at some point Ted will get back to that. But yeah,
I'll come back slowly. Sorry if you've been waiting for the next episode, but we'll get there in the end. A bit worth waiting for. It's not. It's good. Yeah, but that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been up to.
Mm-hmm. Cool beans. Just so everybody knows, by the way, we've been having some issues with the feed tonight with Ted and Chris going a bit stuttery and dropping out. So it may possibly be that like an hour from now, it's just me on my own. But we'll do our best. So apologies if you get any freezing during the stream. It's not us. It's Google, we think. Anyway. Yes.
Just while I'm talking about primer, I've been priming my guys. Robert Back has put a question in the chat. He's having trouble with these Mission Models primer scratching off Tamiya plastic. Any ideas?
I've never used Mission Models primer.
Not used Mission Models, but I do know that's not particularly sort of just a Mission Models thing. I do know that some primers, especially the Vallejo ones, things like that, they do scratch off quite easily. Some are not as hard as other plastics.
I'm not familiar with the Mission Models primer, so if primer is coming off a plastic, then it's usually down to the primer not adhering. It could just be you've got a really, really thin coat. If you've airbrushed it and it's gone really thin, it might be just a bit too thin. If it's quite powdery to the touch,
have you left it till it dries as well?
Yeah, if it's not fully cured, it may come off a lot easier. But if you're spraying it through an airbrush, and if you're spraying it from too far away or it's too hot, have a feel of it. If it feels powdery or bitty and rough, it may just be that it's already dried before it's hit the plastic. It's kind of partially dried, and it's going on the plastic, and it's not doing what it needs to do and chemically bonding with the plastic because it's already kind of dried up as it's gone through the air. So it may just be, maybe spray a bit closer, spray a bit heavier. I'm not familiar with that primer though, so I don't know the issues that primer might have. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it may just be a technique issue.
Or just change your primer. Yeah. Use a UMP one or an AK one or the one shot.
I mean, the only primer I know of that genuinely doesn't work as a primer is the Vallejo stuff. So it may be a technique issue, but yeah, if you still having problems with it, try some of the other ones. If you're not averse to a rattle can, then Tamiya rattle can primers are some of the best primers you'll get for rattle cans. The UMP primers, the Ultimate Modeling Products primers, are some of the best airbrush primers you'll get by far because they're the easiest to use. But I'm not familiar with the Mission ones, so I just try it a bit closer, try a bit of a thicker coat. Try it maybe if you're thinning it or anything like that, don't thin it. Primers shouldn't be thin; they should be sprayed as they are. So do it neat. Get yourself a nice decent. Depends on the primer, but maybe usually it's about 20 to 25 psi. You need a bit more because they're thicker. Spray it neat, nice high pressure, 20 to 25. Don't go too far from the model so it's drying out. Don't make sure it's not too hot or dry. And give it another try and just see. And if it's a really old kit, this shouldn't be an issue nowadays, but if it's a really, really old kit, like from the 70s, and some of the Tamiya ones are, it's always possible there might be some kind of mold release agent on the plastic. It's highly unlikely, but it's not impossible, and that will stop anything sticking to it. So if you're really not sure, try washing the plastic first, washing the sprue or the parts first with soapy water, just dish soap, washing up liquid, and drying it. It's probably unlikely because it's been 30 years since you've needed to do it.
It used to be the days when you had to wash all your sprues and let them air dry and things like that, so they didn't build up a static charge. But sort of release agents sort of have gone, or moulding's gone on leaps and bounds since them sort of days. It's not often it's used. Even the old Tamiya ones, they might be 70-year-old kit, but it doesn't mean that the kit's 70-year-old in the box. It's just
Robert, he says there was a bit of a follow-on later on. Hang on, there's a comments kind of went on there. I think he says 24 hours later, low PSI but release agent thorough. I thought, thanks for the input. Cheers. Carl Make a Model says warm up in hot water before you spray. If it's a rattle can, then yes, to keep some warm water. A follow-on question, sort of. Somebody's remarking about the hat. Must be new to the stream. I always wear a hat. Daniel Stansfield says, I'm struggling with airbrushing varnishes. I'm using Vallejo matte, etc. Any tips? Now, I've been trying to learn how to airbrush varnishes. I'm sucking at it right royally. So if you're struggling to spray a matte varnish, don't panic. You're not alone. I can't airbrush varnishes for my life. The only one I've been able to use recently was the ammo stuff. This stuff, which I put a video up on the page. It's the Ammo Lucky varnish. It's the only varnishes I've ever been able to airbrush, and they're brilliant. Now the Vallejo matte varnishes are supposed to be very, very, very good. I've just never been able to get the hang of them. So again, it might be a technique thing. Have you guys used the Vallejo ones?
No, I haven't used them yet. Do you mean the Vallejo varnishes?
I've used the Vallejo matte one, and it's mostly all right. It does seem to be a bit thick. Yeah, so turn the pressure up a bit, and it seems to be all right. But yeah,
I mean, the trick with any varnishes, and the thing with varnishes is the best way to get a nice matte varnish coat is to treat it like an Ammo by Mig paint and just spray it on in thin, misty layers. The difficulty is when you're doing it with a clear product, it's not that easy because you're spraying it on, you think nothing's on there, so you spray more, nothing on there, and then you've got a thick coat and it's ruined it. It'll come out silky or smooth, and that's the thing I've never been able to get the hang of. As I say, apart from the Lucky varnishes, I've now been able to master a little bit. They're really easy. They're kind of idiot-proof. So I would say with the Vallejo ones, just make sure you go in and very thin mist layers and build it up slowly. They are supposed to be very good, so just persevere. If it's a thick liquid, go for a higher pressure. If it's a thin liquid, go for a lower pressure, but just go for misty coats. And if you're really still struggling, then do check out the Ammo by Mig Lucky varnishes. They've got a matte and an ultra matte. They've got a gloss and a satin, and they are... I did a little video on the eModels channel. Go and check it out. They are idiot-proof, and I am an idiot, and I didn't mess them up. So
I'm going to have to sell some of those, give them a try. So because I'm going to give these figures a dry cut, because I can't. There's nothing irritates me more than seeing a perfectly painted figure, and then to find that he's shiny.
Yeah,
people are not shiny.
No, well, in certain situations.
Yeah, I've seen some shiny bald heads, but people and clothing, unless you're Aber or something like that, your clothes aren't shiny.
Brilliant! I've got Dancing Queen in my head now. Thanks.
Back to the 80s.
The real trick is just to make sure you're getting the pressure right and you're doing it correctly. And with matte varnishes, it is about thin mist coats building it up. If you do a thick coat straight away, you'll just get a glossy liquid, which is why I always use rattle cans and matte varnish, because I can just go la 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 like that, and I'll get a nice thin coat without even thinking. So the Lucky varnish for me is brilliant because it, for the first time ever, it's an ammo product that tells you how to use it. It says on the bottle what you do. The first time ever, because their products are so finicky, and it really is. It says 17 psi, spray it in thin mist coats, leave 5 minutes between coats. That's it.
I'm all with instructions.
Yep, and that's it. And it is literally 17 psi, thin misty coat, leave it for 5 minutes.
Perhaps that goes for all the paint range.
It is for the paints anyway, because the paints you have to do in misty layers or they don't work. That's the thing with ammo paints. You have to do that. You can't apply them like any other acrylic paint. You have to do them in misty.
Yeah, I know people that have used ammo paints, and you see posts going on Facebook. It's orange peeled. It's got wrong. Then people will tell them to wash the sprues and whatever else. Wash the plastic. It's not. It's the paint.
Yep, you have to do it in mist coats. The problem was that they didn't really make that clear when they first launched those. The ammo paints got slating when they first came out a few years ago, because they didn't tell people how to use them. So they used them like any other paint, just spraying it on like a Tamiya paint or something, or a Vallejo paint. which gives you orange peel and glossy shine when it's a matte paint. And they had to come out and say, actually, this is how you apply the paint in misty coats. And everybody was like,
We probably should have told you this before.
Yeah. He's like, no, tell people how to use your product. So yes.
Speedy Q8 says, nothing is idiot-proof to a sufficiently talented idiot. But
I'm not a sufficiently talented idiot. So
Andy McLeish does stand up for you and says, Spid, this is Fox. He's a raging idiot.
I'm card carrying. I've got cards about for everything. I've got an official pass. I've got a badge.
Yeah, this paint is idiot proof. Even the guys on eModels could use it.
Yeah, even Fox can do it. Yes.
Put that on the packet.
AK Ultra Matte Varnish says smooth. That's what I use. It's idiot proof. Yep, I've heard good stuff about that stuff as well. I did get some of the AK varnish, but not the Ultra Matte. And I had to go over it, and I did some of it on the Eagle Transporter, and it was quite good. Mm-hmm. But again, I was struggling to get it right. So let's have a look. Stuart Bellingham says, "What size needle is best for spraying? Will they go through a 0.25? 0.25 is really for your fine detail. If you're spraying at varnish, you really want something 0.35 or bigger.
Yeah.
If it's like a figure or like something like this size, or a figure or a vehicle, like a tank, 0.35 is fine. If you're spraying like a battleship that's this big, or an aircraft carrier, a model that's like this long, then maybe a 0.4 or 0.5, just because you get more coverage quickly. You'll be there all day with the 0.35. 0.25 is a bit small, really. It's more for detail painting. That
I've kept one of those Japanese copies. What were my first airbrush? I kept one of those and used that for clear coats because it seems to have a needle that's about a foot wide. You could just get loads of stuff.
You've lost the needle, haven't you? It hasn't got a needle in it at all.
It's got a needle in it. Yeah, it's goes on well.
Michael Jackman says he uses Humbrol clear and matte and dilutes 50-50 with Humbrol thinners. It works fine through the airbrush, but he needs to use a mask. I've never been able to get good results with the Humbrol stuff, but that was a couple of years ago. So when I was still trying to figure out how to airbrush varnish.
Well, the Humbrol retinol cans are the best things, aren't
My
they?
absolute favourite matte varnish, my go-to by default, I haven't got one here. Oh, is
47, 49, I can't remember now.
49 rattle can, 49 acrylic matte. I love this stuff. You can't mess this up. The only way this goes wrong is if it's raining outside or there's a layer of snow on your rattle can. You can't screw it up. But I've always used that. But I've been trying to learn varnishes through my airbrush because it's more convenient, and I've just always struggled because most of them are really, really finicky. Like Michael says, he does it with a 50-50 mix of Humbrol thinner, which is fine. If you know what you're doing, you can get some brilliant results. But I'd rather just put it in my airbrush and spray it. I'm too lazy to do mixing and stuff like the AK and the ammo stuff. You do literally just put it in your airbrush, spray it. You don't have to thin it or anything. Just in, spray it, gone, done.
Smo says, "What's the best paint to use on a TARDIS?" I'm going through bucket loads of the stuff. I think he's all right on the outside. I think it's the inside that he's using loads of paint on.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. How are you going to paint the swimming pool? Because it's in the library. So it's a bit of get some brush around the corners, might be a bit tricky. See, I know my Doctor Who, you see. The swimming pool moved. It's in the library now. The TARDIS fell over. I'm just drinking my tea. Shut up.
Talking about TARDIS, I've been busy the last couple of weeks.
Oh, yes. What have you been up to?
Oh, yeah. What have you been up to, Chris?
It's one of these metal like photo etch, basically.
Is this where I'm compelled to say warp like they do in the comics?
You can if you like. I can make it disappear, but it means putting, Look.
How did you do that?
So, yeah, I built that, and careful if you're squeamish because I built a spider as well.
Ooh, awesome.
Oh.
It's shiny though. It's not quite right. I might have to spray it black and scare people with it.
Yeah, then you just have like a flat piece of metal.
You need to leave it on tops of doors so that when you open the door, the spider drops.
Yeah, it's a bit delicate from that. And my official eModels strip build is coming along as well. That's starting to look like that now.
Gunpla. Happy time.
Cool. I'm interested to find out what it transforms into, but I'll figure that out later on.
Yeah.
So I've done two legs, a skirt, and an arm. So there's still an arm, a body, and a head to go. But the video will be up probably a couple of weeks by the time I get around to doing all of that.
If anyone's wondering, it's the real grade Zaku 2.
It is.
How are you finding your grade Zaku 2, Chris?
It's over there. Look.
I don't mean how are you finding it. I moved a P in there. It wasn't me.
Yeah, it's good. The frame, obviously, I did previously. The video's already up on eModels for that. So doing the second bit with the armor, I've been sort of skipping around the instructions, trying to do bits because I've already done half of it, and then I've got to do the other bit around it. So it's been a little bit confusing. It's probably easier if you're building it for yourself, just to follow the instructions and do what it says as it says it. But yeah, it's been good. I like it. It's very articulated. I'm happy with all the bendy bits.
Yeah, they are. I've yet to do a real grade. I've got a real grade RX 78.2 that TK sent me. I think TK or Vincent. Was it Scott? Scott might be Scott. I can't remember who sent it to me.
Someone's going to be cross now.
Somewhere. It's up there somewhere. I've written on it who sent it to me. I can't see it because there's a big glowy light right there that I can't see behind. And I've got some other real grades, so I do need to do those at some point. So, but yes, I quite look forward to that. But it's 1/44 scale, which is your scale. Do you think you'll make more?
It is indeed. Yeah, I should think so. Something else I've been doing that isn't my scale is a little bit larger. I've
is this when Amazon delivered a small child?
Amazon delivered a small child to me. Yeah, I've got a half scale C3PO that I modded with lighting up eyes. Ooh. And resprayed him in gold because the gold he came with was a bit sort of browny gold. And Smooth's going to be very cross with the eyes lighting up because I haven't put any resistors in it. He said I'm going to light up, but it still works. Look.
Yes, when you got it out of the box, it was basically Bandai puke gold, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a pretty horrible gold. So I've filled in some.
Are we sure it's half size? It seems a bit small for like.
It's technically not half size. It's 30,
like 4 foot tall.
So I don't know. What do you think? If that's to the head, so.
Mind you, then again, is he about the same size as my Master Chief? He just looks small.
I would think so.
Because I forgot how big my Master Chief was.
He's about, yeah. I mean, if you're standing up on top of that, it's almost reaching the ceiling. So he's probably about half size-ish.
Cool.
But these to go along with my Partwork R2D2 that I'm building, which is half scale. Yes. And they look good together. So there might be a little bit of discrepancy, but it's fine.
What are you going to?
Yeah, that's been.
How far? Because he appears in. He goes from clean to weathered and all kinds of different levels, doesn't he? In the movies.
Yeah, I'm going to be weathering a little bit, but not too much. The gold was just a rattle can gold spray that I could get that was basically the shiniest I could find, but I didn't really want throne room shiny, but I didn't want the dull horrible matte that it was already. So I've gone. That's a happy medium. I'm happy with how it's come out. But,
I just read through the chat there, and I noticed that obviously somebody's new to us this week. Skippy Magnificent. He said he found this feed on YouTube. When did we get with modelling?
I've just been talking about some models. There you go.
We do.
The thing with this show is we tend to spend most of the show talking about like 80s TV.
Yeah.
Sweets.
It's a chat. It's a chill out zone. Sometimes it's a bit. We'll try and answer some questions on modelling. At the times we might not mention modelling at all. It's just like we describe it as a group of like-minded people meeting in the pub and having a chat.
Yeah, just without the alcoholic.
I see. Cleeman77 says, "Do you get the silver leg?" You don't. It came with the red arm actually, with the gold leg. But I've given it a silver leg because you have to, don't you?
Yeah.
So yeah, I did the leg in silver.
See, if you really sort of started painting it and really couldn't be bothered putting it back together again, you've got the saving grace that you could go out and buy like a fishnet shopping bag, and just recreate the thing on the back.
Just call it the Cloud City theme. Yeah, I did consider that at one point, but
you'd be like, "Oh, I'm never going to get this back together." Cloud City. There you go.
It looks like we're confusing Skippy a little bit. Well, he asks, "What has it got to do? What's this got to do with eModels?" Yeah, it's sort of an eModels live stream. We sort of it's the live stream. We'll show you we'll show you what's in store. We'll give you a chance to win things. We give kits away every now and again. It's just a sponsored channel by eModels. So, but it's not like some of the channels you've come across which are dedicated to modelling and gluing bits together. We'll talk about it. We might do something. In fact, we have done at Christmas, didn't we? We did a live build at Christmas. But it's just a chance to chill out, see what's in store, have a look around, ask questions.
I mean, basically, it's the guys it's the guys what do the videos. So Ted, Chris, and I all do the video content for eModels, and there's Tony as well, but he's never available to join us in the live stream. But he appears on the channel art, which is the amusing thing. It's the guys that do the videos, like the video builds and stuff. We just decided a few years ago, should we just do a weekly live stream as well? and just hang out. So we do video content for the channel, but we also do these hangouts, and 95% of the time we're just hanging out and chatting. We'll answer questions about model making is what we're really here for. But the people in the chat kind of know us by now, and they just derail us and we talk about like the Bionic Man or Airwolf or something. They know how we work, or food. But we also do giveaways, and we do stickers and things like that.
Yep. I will talk about pizza and 80s stuff. Yeah, whatever you want. It's just
No, and he says he thinks Tony's camera shy. I don't think he's camera shy, but he's getting time off work shy.
Yeah, it's where he works and stuff. He doesn't get a lot of free time, unfortunately, at this time of the Monday night, sadly.
Yeah, so here we are. Right, yep. So on about that, questions. If you've any questions, Skippy, that you want to send in, send them to ted@emodels.co.uk, or just type them in chat. And if you type them in capital letters, we'll see your question and we'll try and answer it, or we'll do our best. If we can't answer it, usually somebody in the chat will know the answer.
Somebody in the chat's probably answered it by the time we've seen it. So
yeah, that's it. Yeah, the guys in chat are much more knowledgeable about model building than we are.
Yeah. Right, so on that topic then, seeing as we're talking about things like giveaways and stuff like that, as you're with us for a limited time tonight, Tedward,
yeah,
do a bit of a handbrake turn. go to your watch and store goodness, do you think?
Speaking of handbrake turns, I watched Wheel Dealers last night, and I didn't realise they'd built the 100th car. Did you ever watch Wheel of Dealers?
No, what is that?
It's when two guys find an old wreck on the street and do it up in the garage and sell it for a vast profit. Really? That's about it. They've been to America, bought them cars, brought them over here, done them up, flogged them. Yeah, brilliant. Right, so sorry, your handbrake turn.
Sorry, I was distracted.
A different handbrake turn to that one. Yeah.
Yes, I was handbrake turn by my own handbrake turn. What I shall do, Ted, I'll lock it on you.
Oh, right, yeah.
Do you want to do the screen, or do you want me to do the picturings and you do the talking, or do you want to do the picturings?
I'll do them.
Are you doing the picturings?
Yeah, I'll do that in a minute.
Okay, let me lock it on you then, and I'll let you crack on with that.
Right. Right, yeah. Before we move on, we started each week. If you didn't know, we started each week. To myself, what's in store. We started each week trying to do each week on a theme, and it's been my turn this week because my brain's not quite working properly. It's not. Yeah, I don't think
it's a standard brain, though, Ted.
It's a standard brain. So it is standard brain.
You need to explain that for people that.
It's a little bit easier this week. I'm sure you'll spot it straight away. But yeah, if you do, the first person to spot the link can win a sticker.
So only after you've finished all of it.
Yeah, yes. But you've got to wait.
Yeah,
you might mention it while we're looking at what's in store. It might go up in chat, and you might give it somebody else. Somebody else will see the link and think, "Oh yeah, that's it." But after the what's in store has finished, and we've said go or whatever. What do we say? Go. It's your chance to see if you could spot what the link is. So
yeah, but yeah, don't say it yet. If you figure it out, and it's not really hard this week, but if you figure it out, don't put it in chat until we've come back and Ted says, "Go." What's the link? Go, and then it'll be the first person to. So if you answer before Ted says that, we'll ignore your answer.
To give you a clue as to how easy it was, Fox guessed it right.
Yes.
Yeah, he guessed it. Yeah.
And what we do is this is to win not just a normal sticker. This isn't to win a normal eModels sticker. This is to win a big eModels sticker, which that's not what it looks like. It looks like that.
Yeah, I've got one up here. Yeah,
on the inside of my spray booth over here as well. So
Ted's got one up there. It's not a big white square. That's just it's on a piece of paper so you can see it. It's the Mr. E sticker. So you win one of them if you get it right. But don't answer till Ted says, "What's the link?" Go later on.
Yeah. Right. Without further ado, let's go and have a look. Shall we go and have a look at what's in store? Do I have to press any button?
So you're good to go.
Right. It's locked on me.
It's locked on you. To me,
right.
To you, to me, to you.
Okay, to you. Right, the first thing we're going to look at this week is not that.
You're not screen sharing, though, are you?
I'm not screen sharing either.
That does make it harder, doesn't it? That would be the one way to make it an interesting level of difficulty.
Right, I tell you what, I've got to stretch that out. Sorry, I won't be able to see this chat while I'm screen sharing.
That's all right. We'll keep an eye on the chat for you.
Yeah. Right. So I forget how to do this. Hang on. Screen share. Screen share. Then it says share. So we'll go all the way down like that.
No, that's me.
Right,
Oh, hello.
Yeah, screen share. Right. I'll try to keep away from that. Try to keep away from the menu. These are actually new in store this week. I thought would be a good way to show you these. These are what appear to be. I've never seen them in real life yet. What appear to be replacement. Well, it says AK Interactive Spray Diffuser Set. Basically, if you get a spray can, you can now change the tops of them, the spray nozzle from here, to a different type of nozzle.
Nozzle. No, that's an insult.
What's in here? Yeah, we've got a transverse fine chisel line diffuser, a circle line standard line diffuser, circle medium line diffuser, and an ultra fine high pressure line diffuser. So that means that your days of just spraying from a can in big blotches and covering everything are now over. You can. There's two of these sets. I'll show them both.
Yeah.
If it can stay away from the menu. There's even one here for decanting from your spray can to decanting the spray to go into spray an airbrush.
Is it the cannula? I love that word.
Cannula.
Cannula. It's a medical word.
Yeah. So if you're of the type that uses spray cans because you don't have an airbrush or anything like that, it appears that, as I say, the days of spraying in huge blotches have gone because you can now adjust the top.
Yeah. And the one with the cannula is really mint. If you have a rattle can of paint and you want to decant it to put it through your airbrush, which a lot of people do, you can use that to do that. So there you go.
Yeah, I know. I would probably think I'll let those see. These are AK ones, and they do show that the AK cans in the bottom here. I think that most aerosol cans are a standard spray nozzle on the top, so I would probably think that these would fit 99% of your spray. Of your rattle cans.
So the kind of things that have been around for a long time for people that use rattle cans for art, like graffiti artists and stuff, they're quite common. I've just never actually seen them in the model making arena before. So to have them actually made by a model making company is really good, because it means you can go outside, and if you've got something you need to sort of get some spray paint on it, you're not necessarily going to be doing really complex bits of art, because there'll still be quite a big spray, but it means that when you take your thing out into the garden to spray it, you're not going to cover every bush in the garden with spray paint. You can actually target it a little bit.
Yep. So yeah, just I thought £2.24. Great little idea, great little invention. So not a new invention, but certainly something that's come out into the model.
We have had a few questions come through while we're in here, but we'll get to those when we've done the what's in store. So don't panic, everybody. I've got your questions here. I shall set them to one side.
Yep. So the next item for what's in store, obviously, if you're using rattle cans, things like that, any sort of cellulose thinners, anything like that, solvent-based painting, this is your half mask for spray painting. For the sake of your health, don't start spraying without one, really. Even if you do have a spray booth, one of these as well. If you can smell it, it's not going to be good for your health.
Yeah, and wow, words. Hello. The reason you want to get a respirator for your health is two reasons, like Ted says. One, because it's all toxic nastiness, and two, if you spray indoors, your health will be damaged by something else, i.e., your better half, because you will stick the house out. So don't use rattle cans indoors. And this is also if you're using an airbrush, and even if you have an airbrush and a spray booth and a big window and a sucky tube that sucks all the paint out, always wear a respirator. Always. There's no reason you should ever not wear a respirator when you're
I know that people say, oh, well, I only use acrylics and it's not harmful to your health and anything like that. But yeah, you atomize anything that's in the air and you could breathe it in. I think even acrylics, you're going to plastic coat your lungs.
Yeah, you're not meant to be breathing anything that's not air.
Yeah, I mean, put it this way, you could spray water and you would still eventually harm your lungs, because it's something in your lungs that isn't air, an atmosphere. Your lungs are designed for gas. Anything that's not gas, that is, that's meant to be breathed, you're going to be building up your lungs. So regardless of what you're spraying, I'm using acrylics, it's all nonsense. Whenever you're spraying anything, you always wear a respirator.
Yep. So that's that one. For 26 quid, 27 quid, something that's going to protect you. Yeah.
Yep, the 3M equivalent of that is like 40 odd quid. I've got one, and they're not cheap, so get one of them. It's a nice bargain. That
replacement filters as well, because you've got to remember, once you unwrap your filter and stick it on your mask, it starts deteriorating, so they are time bound.
Yeah, typically the golden rule with filters is it's either 6 months after you install it or the moment you start smelling the paint.
Yep.
If you've got your mask on, you can smell the paint, change the filters. And also, they have a shelf life. If it's sat in a box and you've not used it and you've had it for a year or 2 years, check the best by date, because once they go out of date, they're not working. So even if you've not opened them, they have a use by date.
Yeah. So we here at eModels are conscious of your health. We want you to be around for a long time so you can watch our shows for a lot longer.
And place orders and spend money.
Right, and the next one.
Donald McKenzie makes a good point. He says, blow your nose after and see the horrible stuff up there. Always wear a respirator.
Yep, that's it. Yeah, and spray booths. Yeah, if you are spraying indoors, spray booth. There are a couple of these available in eModels. We chose the more sort of cost-effective one, £94.49. Comes with all the good stuff, lights, turntable, everything. And this is a fold-up one, so if you haven't got that much room to dedicate to a spray booth, you could use this, fold it up out the way when you finish using it.
Keep in mind, eModels do stock the sort of professional end one as well. So you've got a good choice between this and the professional end one, so that's more expensive. It's got a few more bells and whistles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but good. Yeah, well worth having. As we say, this one folds up as well, so you can sort of conserve your space with it. Oh, the portable fold-away spray booth. It's got everything here. Item numbers are on there. Is it 3512? So if you want to have a look, go and have a look. Remember, anything that you see while you're watching what's in store, and you do fancy it, we don't know how many of these items that they do have in stock. So if you like what you see, slap it in your basket, because you never know. And it's not yours until you check out, remember.
Slap it in your basket. Yeah, until you actually pay money for it, anybody can take it away from you. So if you really fancy something, get it in your basket while you're watching, and then get your money down, then it's yours then.
Mm-hmm. And the last one for what's in store tonight is the trumpeter, Osprey. Didn't start throwing anybody off the scent. This is the 1/350th version. There's 6 of these in a box. So anybody that's building anything like the USS Enterprise or any of the other 1/350 scale modern warships, this aircraft is flying from them now, or will be. Just to add some life to your decks. £6.29 for £6 each.
Yeah, nice little detail accent. Big massive aircraft carriers and things like that. Yeah,
there's loads of these. We have seen these flying through the lakes every now and again. The Americans fly them down Lake Windermere. So yeah, I've actually seen these in real life. Huge beasts. So
you're a huge beast.
Yeah, so there we are. That's what's in store. Right.
Awesome. Yes, if any of that does tickle your fancy, like Ted says, get it in your basket now. I shall take it off Ted so it's not locked on Ted.
Yeah, there we are. Now then, we've finished the what's in store. So if you know or can think what the link is, now's your time. Go.
What was the theme?
What was the theme? What was the link?
Tonight's what's in store. We'll take the first answer in the chat that's correct.
Making models.
Yeah, car making models is straight in there.
Yeah,
the chat's just suddenly accelerated to life.
Yeah, everybody's typing it now. But what you see in your chat is different to what we actually see in the official chat. So if you looks like you're first in yours, you still might not be. Sorry.
Yeah. Mike Mountain said Sally James, which was almost right.
Yeah, they will make it Sally James.
Yeah.
Carl making models is right with spraying.
Yeah. So get the link at the end, the tenuous link, Osprey.
Yeah, get it. Nice one. So, as always, Carl, just send us an email to ted@emodels.co.uk with your name and address. If you've sent it, I know you've sent it to us before, but if anybody here does end up winning something and you've mailed us before about something with your name and address, send it again, because we don't keep your emails. We don't keep your name and address. We delete any emails as soon as we send anything out. So, send us an email with your name and your address and say you've won a big sticker, and we'll send you a big sticker. Well done.
Yeah.
Now, we had a couple of questions while that was going on.
Yeah, they're behind all the things that say spray.
Yes, I picked these up as I was going on because I knew there'd be a sudden blap of comments when we did the thing. Ron Mack says, I have a Harder and Steenbeck Ultra and wanted to upgrade. What would be the next best airbrush to buy? It must be an eModel stock. Does he need to upgrade from an Ultra H&S, Ted?
Yeah, I can't think what it is at the moment. Hang on, I'll just dip across to eModels and have a look for it.
Because I've not used Harder and Steenbeck, but I know they're kind of the bee's knees, and Ted has. I wouldn't say you'd particularly want to upgrade from an H&S. I think
Sort of as good as they get, really, aren't they? Without going. Yeah. I
think you kind of would. I'm not familiar with all their airbrushes, so Ted might have a more specific knowledge.
Yeah, probably by the time I found it, somebody will tell you where it is. But
yes, but I kind of think to myself that H&S is kind of the best airbrush brand anyway, the kind of premium brand. So if you've already got one,
yeah, I've got.
I don't know their stocks, but Ultra sounds like one of their top models as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the Evolution, and I've not had any problems with it. It's brilliant. Oh, I can't think of the one. They've got so many brands, so many lines. No, I can't think of it.
No.
Are you having a problem with it that you want to upgrade, or is it just that you decided that you want something better? That's the real question.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I would say, because I'm just checking now, because I'm not familiar with the Harder and Steenbeck personally.
Yeah, it's the Ultra 2 one, which they've just got the Ultras and the Evolutions in at the moment. It seems to be.
I would just. If anybody in chat's familiar with the specific brushes, is the next one up from the Ultra? My understanding was the Ultra was kind of the top of the range, but I could be wrong. I could be absolutely wrong. So if I am,
Robert Barker says Evolution, but I don't know if that was in answer to that or if it was just continuing on from what else is there.
Because there's the Evolution AL Plus or AL Plus 2-in-1, but that's kind of 2-in-1. So.
Jamie Bones got to go. He's going to go and see his dad in hospital. So all the best to your dad, Jamie.
Yep. All the best to him. Thanks for coming in.
Tell you one thing you can do is drop eModels on the contact form on the website. Drop them a contact and ask them that very question.
Smooth says Infinity top end. Yeah, that could be a possibility.
Apparently, Ultra is the entry level.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
So the Infinity seems to be an upgrade for you.
Yeah, in that case, yeah, I would say the Infinity.
Felix says the Evo is a step up in price, but not sure it's worth spending the money. Are you going to use it so much that you're going to benefit from spending the extra cash on it, or would it be better to keep what you've got? The Ultra is quite good brush, and sort of just buying the different size needles and tips and everything for it, and going that way.
Yeah, I mean, really, when you go up the price level with an airbrush, you're paying for better quality bits, better quality engineering, more parts, more bits, more accessories and things like that, and usually just generally high quality. So it's never a bad thing to upgrade and go higher up the ladder. But if the brush, depends what you want to use it for. If it's something using all the time, then it's worth spending that money.
Yeah. The Ultra 2-in-1 uses the same needles and caps as the Infinity.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's kind of like, it's like
you'll find a lot. On that note, there you'll find that Harder and Steenbeck, you can interchange one item from one high-end brush to the other. So do that one. Anyway, I'm going to leave you and drop back into chat now.
Okie dokie.
So
nice to see you, Ted.
Yeah, thank you for coming in.
I'll leave you guys in chat in the capable hands of these two. I say capable.
I wouldn't use that word.
In the hands of, yeah.
Right, I'll be around and I'll catch us all later on. All right.
Take care, Ted. Thank you for coming in.
Thanks a lot. See you later.
Bye. Bless him. Well, thank you for Ted for coming in. We appreciate he can't work through a whole show right now. So anytime we can get from him is the best time in the world. So hopefully be able to hang out with you in the chat. Do be patient with him. He can't write dead long comments dead quickly in chat. He'll do his best for you.
He's not doing it on his phone though, so he can use the letter Q.
Yeah, you can't trip him up with the letter Q. That's not going to make him fall over this time. Now let's have a look at emails. Have we had anything come through on email?
Yeah, don't forget to email ted@emodels.co.uk with your questions and comments and questions and answers and everything you can think of emailing.
Yep, we've got a couple of questions for sticker giveaways tonight, but do feel free to send us more. Remember, when we do sticker giveaways later on, if you send us a question and an answer, do send us your name, address at the same time. Otherwise, we'll have to mail you and say, where do we send the sticker? If we read out your question and answer in the giveaways, we'll send you a sticker for your trouble as well. So if you've got a question and an answer, feel free to send that over. Right, so we've done the what's in store. We're kind of all in different directions this day,
yeah.
Can't we?
I like the idea of mixing it up and doing it in different orders, but it is confusing for us.
Yeah, because now I'm kind of lost. I'm like,
what do we do next?
Yeah. Now, remember, this month, what date is it? It's the first of the month.
No.
So it's the first of the month, which means it's not the first of the month. It's the
first show of the month.
It's September. That means it's like almost Christmas now.
It's nearly my birthday.
And oh, hello. Wow. Do you want to put a number to that as well?
Yeah, it's on the 9th.
Hey! Now I know when to not get your present. Or I know when to not go on Facebook at all, just for some other reason.
Yeah, avoid Facebook for the whole of next week. Yeah, you'll be all right. Yeah.
So anyway, it's the start of the month, and that means only one thing. It means it's gallery giveaway time. Now, if you've not seen one of these before, because we only do it once a month. I've just read a comment saying, Earl D says he fell in love with Warplock Bronze today. It is a very nice paint colour.
I take it that's one of them Warhammery things.
Yeah, it's a very nice colour.
It's got that sort of name, you can tell, can't you?
I just saw a Citadel paint name and I just attracted to mine. Yes, it's gallery giveaway time. Now, what we do is once every month we go into the gallery. Now, you may not know this, but eModels do have a customer gallery. It's emodels.co.uk/gallery, and it's where you can upload pictures of your finished builds, and other eModels customers can vote on them and rate them. And what we do is at the start of each month, we go into the gallery and we pick one that's been rated as 5-star by other users, one 5-star rated build, and we don't look for necessarily the most technically proficient build. It may well be that sometimes we pick something that looks like museum quality. We tend to pick the thing that either makes us go, ooh, I like that, or interests us, or makes us, giggle, or tickles our fancy. It could be a number of different reasons why we pick it. It doesn't necessarily mean it's the best model ever made or the best model ever painted. So we don't want to put people off who are just starting out on their model making journey and perhaps are still learning how to do things. So we don't care if it's museum quality or you just snapped it together and slapped some paint on it. It's not quite as linear as that. And
it doesn't even have to be an eModels kit.
Yep. Yeah, it doesn't have to be something that eModels sells. You could have built something out of plastic cups and coffee stirrers. We don't mind. We just go through and we go, oh, I like that, and that's all we need to think. So we go through and we pick one each month. So shall I hand over to you've got it ready there, I think, haven't you, Chris?
I don't know about ready, but I've got it. I can figure out how to share it. I'll do the same.
I'll look it on
know what I'm doing.
Yeah. What we do is we basically pick this one, and this one thing will win a kit. That's the easiest way to explain it there. So I've looked.
Indeed, yes.
Yes.
Okay, I shall share the
cool.
winning kit. And the winning kit is this one that now I've shared, but I'm going to have to find the window that's got it in it because otherwise I can't move it around on the video picture of it. So yes, we have the Luftwaffe airfield somewhere in France. It just, it looks like a good thing. It was obviously picture taken outside in the field somewhere to add a bit of interest to the background. Nice use of focus and photography.
It's done the classic thing of make a diorama, but then put the diorama on a table outside so it blends in with the actual background. And if you put that in black and white, you wouldn't know it were models.
Pretty much, no.
You just wouldn't know. The color gives it away because of the depth of field, but if that was black and white, you wouldn't have a clue. And that's what attracted back, us to it. We're like, oh, look at that, that's mint. I think we've shown it before on this, but it's never actually won a prize. But it's not so much necessarily that the models are the best made models in the world ever, and that we don't look at that. This is like the composition. The models themselves are really nicely done. They're beautifully painted and built. Everything looks brilliant. It's just the way it's set up. It's just the picture itself makes you go, oh, I like that.
I'm trying to figure out the story behind there. I think they both just landed and they're lost and they're looking at a map.
Yeah.
And they just got. I'm sure we should have turned left there. And
you should have turned left at Sainsbury's.
Yeah.
Oh.
But the kits themselves are one's an Airfix Stuka in 1/48th. The BF 109 is Airfix 1/48th, and the Kugelwagen Type 82 in Tamiya 1/48th. So it's it's not going to be a massive display, not massive diorama, is it? The size of it itself would be quite compact.
Yeah, it will be.
Doesn't take up much room on your shelf, but so just look good.
I mean, we're assuming it's a diorama shot outside. It could actually be just something outside, but I think it's actually a diorama that he's then placed outside with real trees and things. Which just to force perspective, it makes it look a lot more convincing. It's just
it may be a picture of trees behind it. I don't know. We don't know. There we go. And that was actually done by David Bransky. So congratulations on winning the. Is it the September or the August? What do we call it? It's the one for the beginning of September.
Yep. So is it David Bransky? Well done. Congratulations. You are indeed.
Shall we show him what he won?
Yeah, go for it. Show us what he's won.
I'll show him what he won. I'll have to share a different thing. I don't know. I have to turn that one off, and then I have to turn on a different one because I'll put it in a different window.
You mean you just didn't have it on a separate tab, like professional?
No, I thought about that, but then I thought I'll put it on a different tab because then it's secret. So yes, that is what we have got for you to win: a house in 1/48th. So you can put it next to it, and it'll be fine. It's a single story house. It says so.
Yep. But
it looks like it might have been through wars, but yeah.
I mean, we try to tailor, the prize to at least as best we can to whatever the thing that's won is. And in this case, he likes his 1/48 scales, so it seems like a perfect thing. And he's got a diorama going on, so 1/48 diorama accessories.
I'm sure that will fit into your next diorama with and look the part. And yeah,
it may be
an idea for another diorama to build. Then
I mean, it may be labelled as an Afghan single-story house, but it's nothing to say it couldn't be something else. So, David Bransky, well done, congratulations. All you need to do is, if you're watching this, hopefully, send an email to ted@emodels.co.uk, and you just need to include your name and your address. And have you still got the prize there in front of you?
The prize, yes, I have indeed.
You just need to include your name and your address. And say that you've won the gallery giveaway for September, and you've won, and just put the code number 75010. You don't need to remember exactly what the name of the kit was. Just say you've won 75010, which is the Afghan single-story house. So just say you've won the giveaway.
You already had it.
Say again? You
didn't need me to have it. You had it.
I know. Well, I remember after I'd asked you, I remembered. I couldn't be bothered using more words to tell you not to bother. So drop an email, ted@emodels.co.uk, and say you've won that prize. Please can you send it to me? Thank you very much. And it's 75010 is the code number for that kit. So well done.
Yeah. We've got some comments in the chat. Carl's saying great choice. Congratulations to the winner. Michael Jackman says that's good, well deserved. Yep. Model Officer says cracking picture and build. Congratulations.
Yep. Aviad Badar says he's ordered another Warhammer Knight. He's hooked. That's another story altogether from a different live stream. Realised that as I've said it. Welcome, Aviad, by the way. I don't think you've been to one of these eModel streams before. Did I miss the bit where two blokes talk about plastic model kits? That never happens.
Hardly ever, no. Sometimes there's three blokes not talking about plastic model kits.
You missed Ted, though. You missed Ted. So, yes, so that's the gallery giveaway. And remember, we do this every month with the gallery. The gallery is quite cool. Anybody can upload their pictures. It doesn't have to be an eModels kit. It doesn't have to be something you bought from eModels. It could be anything you want. It could be a kit that they don't sell. Yeah, it could be a Bandai Star Wars. It could be something you made out of matchsticks. It could be one of the Metal Earth kits. It could be anything. It could be absolutely anything. It could be a vintage kit from 30 years ago. All we want to see is your cool builds. So get uploading pictures. Ideally not work in progress. Just post up finished shots of the finished thing. And take some time out to review other people's work, because the more works you review from other people, the more other people will come review yours. And we go through the ones that are rated 5 stars. So go on, get uploading and get showing off your work. And don't forget, of course, you can also post pictures on the Facebook page, the eModels Facebook page, which is facebook.com/eModelsLTD. Right, what do we do now?
I don't know.
We're all jumping.
Nobody in chat's brought up anything interesting to talk about. I'm somewhat disappointed in chat this week.
I know. We need more questions from chat.
Not trying hard enough.
Here you go, chat. What are you guys in chat? What are you working on? Oh, we have another question. Right, in chat, tell us what you're working on. George Flauter says, question. Hi, George, by the way. I don't think you've been to one of these before either. Hi, George. Question, he says. I spill pledge into the trigger. Oh. He spilled pledge 2 times more shine into the trigger of his airbrush. So now it is still and sticky. What is the best way to clean that out? Yeah, I've done that. Don't worry
Depends on the airbrush and how solvent safe it is, really, as to what you can get away with to clean it.
If it's either way, you're gonna have to take it apart and strip it down. If it's a solvent safe airbrush, you can you can carefully clean out the interior parts and the mechanics with isopropyl alcohol, IPA, or in the States as it's called, 99% rubbing alcohol. That will get rid of pretty much anything. It's a pretty good solvent, but only if it's solvent safe. If you're not sure, don't use alcohols, don't use things like that. I know George is in the US, so get yourself some Windex. Windex is a glass cleaner, and it contains ammonia, and ammonia breaks down pledge. Floor care finish / 2 times more shine, or future or clear as it's also known, or pledge revive it as it's now known in the UK. Ammonia breaks that down, but the last thing you want to do is go and get a load of ammonia because you'll stink the house out and everybody will hate you. So if you, because I know George is in the States, get yourself some Windex. That'll clean it out nicely and it'll leave it smelling quite nice. But other than that, IPA, if it's solvent safe. If it's not solvent safe, you can just use any old airbrush cleaner or any thinners like your Tamiya X20A or whatever acrylic thinners you tend to use. You're going to need to strip it down. If it's a normal button airbrush, like with a button on the top, you can get it all apart and just get in the cotton buds or the Q-tips in there and really clean it out, clean everything. Try and avoid cleaning the seals too much because they're degradable. If it's one of these puppies, you're going to have to be brave and take the trigger apart. And I've never done that because I'm not that brave.
Keep all the bits and look it up and figure it out and put it all back together again.
I'm a princess. I don't go near the trigger mechanism on that. If that ever breaks, I just buy a new airbrush.
George is actually somewhat disappointed in you.
Right?
George is disappointed in you. He said he's been here several times. I even have a mug.
Do it? Oh yeah, of course you have. I forgot. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's because I posted up a link here somewhere online today, and for the first time in like months and months and months. So I was expecting a lot more new people, and I forgot you have been here before. I'll shut up now. Sorry, George.
Griff MJ's just come in. He says, evening chat's a bit late, but better late than never. You missed Ted.
You missed Ted.
You just got here late. You missed Ted, who was here for ages.
Missed Ted. I don't know. Right, so I did ask people in chat what they're working on. We've had a few replies. Do you want to read through those? Because I keep talking all the time. And
I was trying to find some, but I missed a couple. But yeah.
I actually have real tea in my mug tonight.
Let me go back up and see what the first one I can see is. The first one I see is Rusting Customs Models says he's building a Hobby Boss 135th Russian Kraz 255B.
Ooh, is that a plane or a tank?
It sounds like a tank.
It sounds like a vehicle of some sort. Earl D, by the way, Chris says, loving the RG Zaku vids.
Thank you. Yep. Yeah, vid. So I'm sure you'll love the second one as and when, but yeah. Someone said they like my magic trick as well. They were impressed by my magic trick.
Do it again. I want to see it again.
Mate, I could try and bring it back.
I want to see it again. Try and make it reappear. Let me look at it.
I'll make it reappear. You have to stop talking, otherwise it disappears from you. You can do the noise, but then I can't.
You're fine.
You can do the noise then.
Warp, as they say in the comics. That was not as impressive as when you made it disappear.
Was it not?
No, because you could see it go. I could see the sausage being made there.
You don't want to see how the factory works now.
Yeah.
Right. Carl at Making Models says it's not 2 times more shine anymore. It's now Revive It.
Yes. A little update for people that do use the pledge.
Does it?
Yeah, for people that do use the pledge. Now, this is where the internet breaks into two halves. The ones that start spitting and foaming at the mouth because people are using pledge because it's a floor cleaning product, and the ones that just get on and use it because people have been using it for like 40 years. If you're averse to, if you occasionally use like pledge floor care finish or that kind of future or clear as a utility gloss coat for your decals and your weathering, it's changed name again. In the US, it's still called pledge floor care finish 2 times more shine, I think. In the UK, it's now called Pledge Revive It. But I'll tell you now, and this is where everybody needs to get their pens out, because I'll tell you, the way to know you've got the right one is to look on the inside of the label, on the inside of the bottle. You have to look through the bottle on the inside of the label. There is a formula number, and I will tell you now what the formula number is, because your Uncle Fox looks out for you and stores all
is it
these
7?
things. Is what?
Is it 7?
It's F. Because your Uncle Fox looks out for everybody and stores all this nonsense on his phone, because I'm an idiot.
I've got the old one. It's a white bottle that you can't see through.
Yeah. See, the downside of being a modern human with modern technology is that my brain has no memory of anything now. I have no memory storage ability whatsoever. So everything I need to remember is stored on my phone. So if you're not sure, if you've got a bottle of Pledge and it's something or other and it says floor on it, if it says cleaner, don't put that on your model. That will take the paint off. If it's in the UK, it's now called Pledge Revive It, but you might still see bottles of Pledge Floor Care Finish 2 times more shine. Unlikely. You might even still see bottles of Pledge Multi-Surface Wax. They're all kind of the same thing. But look at the label. It should be formula #35 star 3597. So write that down. #35 star 3597. Now, before the internet erupts into a fist fight and throwing monkey poop around, saying you should or shouldn't use Pledge, it's no good as a final gloss coat on a shiny model if you're making a shiny spaceship or a racing car or something like that. If you want to make a shiny model, use a proper model making gloss varnish, because that's what they're designed for. The Pledge is used as a cheap gloss coat for doing your decals and weathering. Things like if you're making a matte model but you need a quick gloss coat just to get some decals down, you can use Pledge. It's really good. So 353597 is your formula number. Anyway, where were we? What were we looking at?
We were seeing what people were building.
Oh, yes.
But the chat's moved since then. So Michael Jackerman's doing a 1/72 Spitfire and Hurricane Mark 1.
Ooh, nice. Battle of Britain.
Mark 1s. I'm sure I've missed some, and if I have, I'm sorry for everybody. But George is working on an SDCS RX-78. Now, the RX-78 I recognise as being one of them Gundam things.
Yep, it's the Gundam.
I don't know what the SDCS bit means.
SD is super deformed, so it's one of the
that's the little cheapy things. Yeah.
I don't know what the CS is. Even I don't know what the CS bit is.
Have you had painting terrain?
Mm-hmm.
Started off with blending,
where he won 300 quid's worth of Warhammer stuff. We'll just leave that one there. So he's painting it now. George Flouter says, is the Neo Iwata solvent safe? This one, or the one without the trigger, the one with the button. This is a Neo. The modern Neos apparently are. I bought this a few years ago before it said solvent safe on the blurb, so I don't know if mine is. So I assume it's not, but I think the modern ones actually are now. But even if it's solvent safe, doesn't mean you can dip it in a vat of isopropyl alcohol and leave it for a week. They still will degrade the seals eventually. It just means if it's solvent safe, you can put things like enamel thinners and oil thinners and spirits and mineral spirits and things you can put through it. I wouldn't put isopropyl alcohol or mineral spirits through this, because it probably would kill it if it wasn't solvent safe. So for my enamels and things like that, or anything that I need to use solvents for, lacquer paints and things, I will use my Iwata Revolution, which is solvent safe.
James Chapman says, evening guys, sorry I'm on late. We can officially announce the new member of the modelling family. Ooh. She was born this afternoon at 1:35, weighing 8 pounds 6, but got to keep Alicia and baby in due to episode. I'm not sure what that last bit means, but congratulations on the new member of the modelling family.
Yes, did he give a name, or?
I don't know if Alicia's the name of the baby or the other. I don't know. That was a little while ago, so there might be some updates further down, but as we're working our way through the chat. So
yeah, Carl says soak it for half an hour, Fox, see what happens. I've actually forgotten what I was actually talking about, so I don't know what that was referencing.
That might still be your airbrush.
I kind of ignore what I talk about when I talk about it, so
I wasn't listening either, so
no. I just talk.
Scale Model Vamp is making a 1/12 Yamaha and a Foose Revel Pontiac Firebird.
Ooh, Firebird. I nearly bought a Firebird. Baby's name is Shania. Ooh, nice name. Well, congratulations. Get her building models as quick as you can. Start them young. Start them with snap fits. Work them up.
Absolutely. Wayne is also working on his real grade RX-78 too.
Say that again. I talked over you then.
Sorry, Wayne is working on his real grade RX-78-2. Great
Yes.
kit, he says.
I've got that one. I've got to make that one. I'm not making it yet.
It's the RX-78 is like the base thing then. So the
RX-78.
I know the SD is obviously the 2 is different again.
RX-78-2 was the first Gundam.
Why is it number 2 then?
I don't know, because it was the second prototype.
Ah, okay.
I think. But yeah, that's the grand. It's called the Granddaddy Gundam because it was the first Gundam in the first animated series of Gundam. It was the Gundam, so everybody calls it the Granddaddy Gundam.
Oh, right. I'm just trying to get. Yeah, I can just see the baby name. Yep.
Yep, Shania. Pretty nice name. That I like that.
Apparently, Speedy Q's got a thing about coffee, so like nobody noticed. Yet.
I never noticed that. Zadster says little scale human. Congrats to the new person, says Griff MJ. Kenneth M gives a thumbs up. Pretty name James, says Lynn Dipple. Yeah, James is a nice name. Scale model Ramp says congrats on the tiny one. Let's have a look. Wayne Hayward has ordered some X-Wing minis. Congratulations on your miniatures. Oh wait, no, that's a different kind of miniature. Carl at Making Models, what was I talking about when you said about rinsing it? I've lost track now. I don't know what I was talking about. It's got me thinking, what was I talking about?
Phil East says, yeah, never played a table game, so I flicked through the rules, blew my head up.
I think
some of the rules on some of these tabletop games are quite deep and involved, and you won't know what's going on until you played them a few times, and then you might know a little bit about what's going on, but not much.
I've got the rule book for Warhammer 40k, and it's that thick, and then I've got the rule book for just one branch of my army, which is that thick, and I've still got like 3 other rule books to get for the other branches of my army. Pledge. Oh, your Neo Fox says, oh, I see. Carl says, yes, soak it in thinners or something for half an hour, then I'll find out whether it's solvent safe or not. Yep. I get what you mean now. See, I don't pay attention to myself.
Michael Jackman says, you have to see Ready Player One, Fox.
Yes, I've not seen it yet. I know I've seen the clip with the RX-78 too. I do need to watch that at some point. When
it's not in the book, you know. The RX-78 2 is not in the book.
I know, that's good.
They use a different one in the book.
It's kind of good that they decided to put it in, and it's kind of good that they made it look kind of kick-ass and slightly weathered. It's not nice. It's slightly weathered, a little bit of weathering on it. And I'm like, yes, I saw it close up, and I'm like, you've put weathering on it. I like this. This is approved. Yeah. It is in the book, says George Flouter.
Is it? No, it's not the big thing in the book, unless they've redone the book to match the film.
I don't know.
It was Ultraman in the book, but apparently they couldn't get the movie rights to use it.
So nobody cares about Ultraman anyway.
I didn't. Yeah.
Outside of Japan and America, nobody knows about Ultraman. I've actually got an Ultraman kit, so sent to me by one of my followers. Kenneth M, our good friend from Australia who lives with spiders, big spiders. He's building a King Tiger, a Skitarii Dune Crawler, a Hellboy figure, and a 1/3 scale bust of Geralt from The Witcher 3. And they're all looking fantastic.
Yeah, the Geralt I saw a picture of earlier on today, and it, apart from he hasn't done the eyes yet, it looks real.
Actually, we keep saying Geralt. It's Geralt, isn't it? I keep saying it wrong. It's Geralt. Geralt of Rivia. Yes, Kenneth.
I've got the game, but I haven't played it yet. I played a little bit of it, and then
I got quite a way into it, but then something else came along.
I kept picking things up, and then got to a point where I couldn't actually walk anymore, and it's like I don't know what to put down, so I just stopped.
Yeah, I think I got to the point where I walked along, and my horse was on the roof of a building. My horse was on the house of a pub, on the roof of a pub, and I was like, "But why is my horse on the? I don't know." And then I had to go and do something else. But yeah,
horses can go upstairs, but they can't go downstairs, or something, or cows.
I've never tried making.
I think cows can go upstairs, but they can't go downstairs. Something in their brain doesn't let them go downstairs.
How do they go down, like riverbanks and stuff then?
Well, they're not stairs. They're natural.
So if you made the stairs look kind of not like stairs. Yeah,
if you filled them in with gravel, they'd probably be okay.
Okay. How do you know this?
But, it's one of these facts that you fill up your brain with, and you learn these things.
I thought I was the king of random nonsense. Wow. But yeah, for those that don't know, Kenneth's got a load of stuff there. Kenneth is an awesome brush painter. He's an awesome painter. He puts us to shame. So it's not hard, really. But yeah, he puts us to shame. Let's have a look.
Andy says horse on a roof. Yeah, that's the drink.
Yeah. One of our mods, Colin, Festive 67 Workshop, he's working on Henry VIII, Batman, Catwoman, Greebly tank, and a BF 109E. Greebly tank is just he's scratch building some kind of tank out of just random bits.
Yeah, he got given a box of random Greebles, and he's been making stuff out of them.
I've got a box of random stuff. I'm going to make something out of it. So there you go. George Flouter says H had selected an RX-78 Gundam mech from the original Mobile Suit Gundam anime series, one of his long-time favourites.
I think that's a quote from the book.
Yeah, so it was in the book.
Yeah.
Spruglo Addict says sheep can't break dance. Skipper Ted says drink gin, the horses become unicorns.
But they're still on the roof.
Driver's choice.
That's not gin, is it? That's a big.
No. Gin, the driver's choice. Right. What time are we on? Ooh, 20 past 10. Shall we do some stickery goodness?
Yeah, you say you've got some questions.
We have been sent. I do have access to the email of emails. Yeah, and we do have some. We have an email from Carl saying big sticker. Cheers, Carl. We have 2 questions, so we shall do. We'll have to make a question up. Tell you what I'll do. I'll do a holdover from my own live streams. I'll do a number on the hand thing as well for the 3rd question. Okay. So we have 2. We have a sticker. We have 3 questions traditionally. One for a little sticker, one for a big sticker, and one for a mug.
eModels mug, 2nd generation, new and improved.
This is a modern, new and improved mug.
Yeah.
So we'll do the big sticker and the mug
words for no extra price.
Yeah, and then we'll do a little silly thing for the little sticker. So what should we do first? Should we do the mug first or the big sticker?
Can we do a big sticker?
Big sticker. Let's do a big sticker.
Then we mix up the sticker and mug sticker.
Yeah, sticker mug, sticker mug, sticker mug. So if you would like to win yourself a big Mr. E sticker, we don't have to draw this out, do we?
It's not a mystery sticker. You know exactly what sticker it is you're going to get.
His name is E, and he's Mr., not Mrs., so it's Mr. E sticker.
Okay.
Now, before we do this, this would be Totally Scale Model says, I really would like a big sticker and a mug. That's not how this works. If you want to buy the mug, if you don't win a mug tonight, you can actually buy the mug from the eModels store. They don't charge anything over what they pay for this. So whatever they buy these for, they sell to you. So they make no profit on these. So if you're placing an order and you want to grab a mug, grab a mug. If you're placing an order and you say to them, stick a sticker in my order, they'll probably stick a sticker in there as well.
Yeah.
But yes, you can. If you don't win a mug, don't worry, you can buy one. So it's the same as always. If you've not seen one of these before, we'll ask a question. The first person to get the answer right in chat will win that, whatever the prize is. Before we do anything, there's always a lag between the video and the audio by this point of the show. So before we go anywhere, what we need everybody to do is hit refresh, and then when the screen is refreshed, drag the play bar right across to the right hand side. So go and do that now in your browser. Go and refresh your page right now.
That would be the other right hand side because you did the left.
Yeah, that way.
Yeah,
I keep forgetting I'm back to front. I'm back to front in all the possible ways.
Michael Jackman says he's got mugs and small sticker. Need a big sticker. You're in the right place for a big sticker now. Then
LD says, can you put a Twix in the mug? Yes, but only if the Twix is a Kit Kat, because Twix is for losers and Kit Kats are awesome.
I like Twix.
Twix is boring. Tastes like paper. Kit Kat all the way.
No.
Kit Kat.
No, well, Kit Kat as well, but no.
No. Twix is nonsense. Right, so make sure everybody's refreshed, and you've dragged your thing across to the right-hand side, whichever side is right-hand side on there. I don't know.
Carl at Making Model says, or just click where it says live next to the volume.
Yeah,
if that's where it is, then yep, that'll do it as well.
I can't do that because that'll stop the stream and that'll go wrong. So now remember, like we said before in the last bit, where we go off the first answer we see in chat, and we see the chat differently. We see the chat in the order YouTube receives it. You see the chat in the order of you. So if you type something, it appears straight away. It doesn't. That's not how it works. It appears straight away at your end, but it may not have got to YouTube yet. So just because it appears first on your chat doesn't mean you're the first person to answer correctly. So, right. So we have some questions. Let's do a big sticker first. The first question. This is from Stephen Hill Harris, who we will now send a sticker to. Thank you, Stephen. He says, "Hi Ted, it's great to see you back." He doesn't say hello to me or you, Chris. So we're just obviously immaterial. We're just
I'm happy to sit here quietly and he ignored it. It's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Hi Ted, it's great to see you back. Here is a question you could use. Is everybody ready? Right. I'm missing all the Team Twix, says Nate Bliss. Oh God, I've started him off now, haven't I? Right, the question. Ready? The Matchbox series of die-cast models started in 1953. What was the first model they produced? Go. The Matchbox series of die-cast models started in 1953. What was the first model they produced? Not Dunkelgelb, not Cheese and Onion, not Picnic. Will I get it if I win? Lol. You get a big sticker.
I must be having connection problems again because I missed the entire question. But
did you?
I don't know the answer either.
What was the first ever Matchbox kit diecast model produced?
Yep. In that case, the answers are starting to make sense because Dunkelgelb and Picnic, yeah.
Well, we do have a winner. I've just seen it, and then the chat went. So let me just scroll around, flail wildly, and try and find it. Ford Zephyr, Model A, Capri, Morris Minor. Wayne Haywood says Road Roller, and Road Roller is the right answer. Wayne Haywood.
Oh, really?
The answer. Now we don't verify these answers. We just assume that whatever answer we're given is correct. So it's basically, can you guess what this person has told us the right answer is? That's the competition. Let's be honest. He said, answer, a road roller, brackets, Aveling Barford in green and red. So there you go. So well done, Wayne Haywood. Send an email to ted@emodels.co.uk and say, please send me a big Mr. E sticker because I won one. Thank you very much. Thanks, James. Brilliant. You're brilliant. We love Pete, mate. Thanks. You don't need to say all of that. But just say you want a big Mr. E sticker to ted@emodels.co.uk. I'll put it in chat. I'll use my noisy keyboard. For once I didn't spell it wrong. I can't type when I'm on telly. So send an email there with your name and your address and just say you want a big sticker. So well done. What we're doing next? A mug or a little sticker?
Mug.
Right. We'll do a question for mug.
And mug.
Ooh, there's still tea in that.
Yeah.
Now, we always say, if you've already got a mug, you're more than welcome to have another mug. You can have as many mugs as you like. Obviously, if you win one each time, you can't have lots of mugs. If you've already got one, you're more than welcome to have one. Answer the question. If you've already got a mug and you don't want another mug, please don't answer the question because then it just gets really confusing in the chat if you answer and win and then say you don't want it. So if you don't want another mug, don't answer the question. If you do, if you've got one, you're more than welcome to another one. So let's go for the next question. The next question is from Paul Di Tommaso. And again, he completely ignores me and you. He says, hi, Ted. We're just wallpaper.
It's almost like we're not here, isn't it?
It's fine. We're just the good-looking wallpaper. It is Ted's show. I mean, let's be honest. And before we go into the question, it's something we want to clear up because we've said it a few times in the past. But we always joke and say it's all the viewers' shows. But you have to remember this is Ted's show basically, and Chris and I are kind of guests on it.
You can tell by the email.
Yeah, Ted at eModels. So we are quite happy and proud to sort of look after the show while Ted's poorly ill. But this is Ted's show; it's his baby, so we don't really mind that nobody ever mentions us. We don't mind at all. We're not bothered. We don't get upset or cry into our bowls of M&Ms.
No, not at all.
And they keep putting blue M&Ms in my bowls of M&Ms in the dressing room. It's ridiculous. Anyway, he says, "Hi Ted. Here's a question for the giveaways. Are we ready? Just enough to give the kids a treat." Lynn Dipple says, hi, Fox and Chris. Right. They took half the sugar out of Kit Kat. It now tastes awful, says Michael Jackerman. Eat Japanese Kit Kat. They're the best you'll ever put in your mouth. Trust me. They've got green tea Kit Kat. One of my followers sent me a load of Kit Kats from Japan. I want to marry that follower now. I don't care who they are. I'll just marry them anyway. Right. Here's a question. I'll shut up. So, are we ready? From what country does the Gundam pilot Amuro Ray come from? I'll maybe reword that. What nationality is Amuro Ray in Mobile Suit Gundam? Go. The answer may surprise you, but in Mobile Suit Gundam, what nationality is Amuro supposed to be? I didn't know this until I found out recently.
Is it the same answer as you got on the paper there?
And straight away, Lynn Dipple is in with Canada. I've got to do it.
Ooh.
My favorite country, my favorite flag, and my favorite national anthem. Canada. Yay. Chris gave me that. Thank you, Chris. Yes, Amuro Ray, believe it or not, is Canadian. I guess that means that Frau Bao is also Canadian. I didn't know that. I didn't realize that until I was watching a thing they were talking about making a live action Gundam movie. And everybody's saying, are Hollywood just going to whitewash it like they do with every kind of Asian territory film and like Asian property? And they said, well, Amuro Ray's kind of Canadian. So they can't really not whitewash that one because he's kind of a Canadian white guy. So I didn't know that. So there you go. Yes, so he is actually Canadian. So finally, Lynn manages to get a mug, and she says, "Really? What dog? I was just guessing." So all the time she's got the answer right and known for sure, she's not got a mug. Now she's got a mug.
Apparently
Well
she was
done,
just guessing as well, so it wasn't.
I know, it makes it even better.
Calculated on.
Yeah. So yeah, Lynn, send an email to ted@emodels.co.uk with your name and your address. I know where you are. Name and address, and say you want the mug, and we'll get a mug sent out to you. Well done. Now I think Chris is having some connection problems. Are you with us, Chris? Oh, I think Chris is broken. He may have to leave and come back. So I'll hold the fort. Chris, if you can hear me on the other side, you may have to leave and come back. But don't worry, if you can't get back in, I'll hold the fort. Yes, I think we have had some connection problems tonight. So for all I know, none of you are hearing any of this. So there you go. So well done, Lynn. Finally, bless her, Lynn has got a mug. She's been trying for months. Yes, Chris, if you can't get in, don't panic. You can always join in the chat. I'll carry on. I'll survive. I'll survive. I think it's Mrs. Chris downloading movies again, all the chick flicks and things. Right, so we have done the big mug. We have done the big sticker. Even we've done the big mug. It is time to do the wee little sticker. So I'm still here, said Zadster. Thank you very much. It's weird doing it on your own. I know Chris has done it on his own before. Chris. I know Ted has done it on his own before. And I don't mind doing it on my own, which means there's no one to stop me talking, which I do all the time. I can see Chris trying to get in. I think he's failing miserably. Oh, I think Chris has got rubbish broadband. Anyway, so we're going to do one for a little sticker. And for this one, I'm going to do an old standby. I'm going to write a number on the back of my hand. The first person to guess the number gets the sticker. So I have the Sharpie of happiness. I'm going to write a number. The number is... I don't know why I think I could just write a random number. Okay. I've written a number on... Oh, Sharpie. We don't recommend it. Right. I've written a number on my hand. The back of my hand. The number is between 55 and 65. Go. First one to get the right number. And I have to really flail around. How is 84 between just all guessing numbers randomly before I've even said what the range was? You guys are nuts. I've just seen the right answer, but it's just whizzed off the screen. Let me find it. Sprue says some number I can't even pronounce. We have the right number did appear. Team Inept says R. Well done. Good girl. Adam Clark says 57. Yes, the number is indeed 57, although you might see it the wrong way around. 57. So Adam Clark, well done. You've won yourself a wee eModel sticker. So send an email to ted@emodels.co.uk and just say, hi guys, please can you send me the little sticker? Thank you very much. We need your name and address, obviously. So there we go. So finally, Lynn's got a mug. Watch her get a mug every week now. She'll be like swimming in mugs. Lynn's got a mug finally. And we've got the big sticker going out. So well done to everyone who won stickers and the mugs. Now, I think Chris has basically broken his internet because he's not come back. I can see him, but he's not there. He's not talking. So I think Chris is broken. I think, Chris, you might just have to go into the chat. He's gone now. He fell off. Oh, well. So what we'll do, we've still got to give you the giveaway for next week. And then we'll probably call it a night because it's just me. And I've been talking all night and I could sit here and talk. So I'll just have a quick look at the chat. Before I go and do the giveaway for this week, the scale model vamp says, the number is a number on the back of Fox's hand. Aviad Madar says, I never win anything. Yeah. Lynn Dipple says, now I just need a big sticker. So yeah, so before I go and do the he said, oh, poor Fox. I don't mind, Andy McLeish. I don't mind doing this on my own. I'm quite happy. I can sit here and waffle away. I do my own stuff, so I'm in my element. It doesn't bother me. I just worry that I'll get a bit boring for you guys. So give me stuff to talk about. If you've got any questions before I go into what's in store, no, not what's in store. We've done that. See, this is where we go off the beaten track. If you've got any questions or anything like that before I do the giveaway for this week, put it in the chat. Alikar Shadu says, I don't win either, Aviad. Yeah, they're both winners recently and other things. So, yes. Fox is never boring, says Andy McLeish. Brilliant. Thanks. The check is in the post. So any questions before we go and do the giveaway for this week, before we do anything else? What is your recipe for apple pie? Okay, I can't do the voice. But if you wish to make an apple pie, you must first invent the universe. If anyone can get that reference, I'll send you a sticker. Go. Who was that an impression of? Go. First one to get it right gets a small sticker. If you wish to make an apple pie, you must first invent the universe. Did he go? First one to get it right. Who was that an impression of? Not a very good impression. I do it. Who was it an impression of? Bang, there we go. Paul at Team Inept says Carl Sagan. You're not supposed to enter the competitions, but I'll send you a sticker anyway. You're not supposed to enter them, you spoon. There you go. Well, Paul at Team Inept gets a sticker. And no, I will send you a sticker. So send me your name and address. Spoon. Aviad Madar, got a question. Got some Hot Wheels I want to strip for that Gaslands Games. A good way to get that paint off. Ooh, yeah. With Hot Wheels cars, because they're all metal. Pretty much anything. If you are you're in Israel, aren't you? I don't know what you can get in Israel. I know if you're in the US, you can get things like Purple Power or Green, Simple Green, are good paint strippers. I use oven cleaners. I use one called Oven Pride here in the UK, which is an oven cleaner, which again strips it off slowly and it's highly toxic, so you can't breathe it in. But yeah, any kind of oven cleaners, stuff like that. Strong industrial cleaning solutions. Some people will say brake fluid, but brake fluid is toxic and you can't pour it down the drain, so I wouldn't recommend it. Robert Barker says, cheers all, later back to modelling. Oh, hello, a wild Tedward has appeared.
Hello, I saw you struggling there, so I thought I'd come back and try.
Oh, I'm not struggling, Ted. I'm having a laugh here.
Yeah, unfortunate part was I disconnected everything to put it all away, so I don't know where Chris has gone. I tried to contact him via messenger and things like that.
I think his broadband may have broken and died.
Yeah, I think he's lost everything.
Yeah, we did have some problems last week. Well, we're going to wrap up shortly anyway, and people don't mind it just being me because I just gave him an extra sticker.
Oh, well. Oh, what without permission?
Yeah. Somebody asked me a question, so I did an impression of Carl Sagan and said, right, brilliant, whoever gets that impression first. And then Paul from Team Inept, who's one of our mods, got it right. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I put everything away. I disconnected the camera and everything. So, cracky, Chris gone. So I'll put everything.
Oh, thank you. You didn't need to, but thank you.
Well,
we're going to wrap up in a minute anyway.
On that note, probably might be wiser to call it an early night before we all collapse.
Yes, you need to go and get the snoozes anyway. But what I'll do the giveaway for this week. If you want to hang around, Ted, you're more than welcome. I don't want to get told off by Mrs. Ted.
James Chapman said he'd send us pics of baby for next week's shout out. I hope, I hope you've got have you got an eModels sticker, James, that you could have the baby holding and waving?
We have Chris as well. Did you press a button?
I didn't press any buttons at all. No buttons were pressing was involved at all. But,
send your address, James, and we'll get something sorted out and we'll send it to you, and you can have a picture of the baby with whatever.
We'll sort it out.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, what we'll do, as I say, we'll wrap it up now. I'll do what's the giveaway for this week. We've done this one before. This has been in stock before as a giveaway, but it's so kind of popular that we're going to give it away again because everybody loves these things, and when they come into stock, they go out of stock straight away. So I'm going to lock it on me, and I'll show you what we're giving away this week. This week we are mostly giving away. Is that sharing? There we go.
There it is.
We're giving away the Meng model warship builder Lexington cartoon ship. The Lexington. It's a really sweet little ship. We've done it before. We've given this away before. But like I say, when they do go in stock, people love these things and they sell out dead quick. So we thought we'd look at that little fighter plane there. It's so adorable, little spud plane. I love it. So we thought we'd give this one. You get all the little tiny spud planes. You get I've got my little U-boat to build, and I'm looking forward to that. And then when I've done the U-boat, I might have to get one of these because that's totally adorbs. Totes adorbs. Let's have a look. It's based on the USS aircraft carrier Lexington CV2. Let's have a look. They highlight the unique features of the real ships, pre-colored parts, and press-fit assembly design. Perfect for display or hand playing. So there you go. So that's what we're going to give away this week. It's a chibi ship or an egg ship. So all you need to do, if you want to win this, very, very simple. All you need to do is wait till this show is finished. When it's finished, it'll be a video on the eModels channel as normal. When it has finished, all you need to do is put a comment on this show, on this week's show. And the comment you need to put is give us a fact about eggs. Give us an interesting and not necessarily accurate, but an interesting fact about eggs. And what we'll do is next week, when we come back next week, we will pick a comment at random, and that person will win this little egg ship. So that's all. That's what we're doing. So there you go. I shall unshare. There we go. Back to me. I think. Oh, I thought we'd lost you there, Ted.
Sorry.
Connection gone. I didn't mean that the way it sounded. You know. So yes, if you want to win that, just wait till the show is finished and stick a comment on this show when it's a normal video. Just give us an interesting, but not necessarily doesn't have to be accurate fact about eggs. And that's going to do us. So a bit of a short show. We'll call it a show there, I think. Everybody in the chat's going, "Oh, that's so cool! I like that kit. I love those. I've got my to do."
They're brilliant. I think that if this is like the other set, just click together, a little bit of paint, and yeah, get yourself a little model. Brilliant.
Yeah, they're brilliant. They're brilliant. But that's going to do us. So it just remains for me to say thank you so much to Ted for coming in again this week. We don't need to tax you, and we'll let you have a week off next week if Mrs. Ted thinks you need it.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, we're getting better each time. So
yeah. Well, thank you very much for coming in. Take care of yourself, Ted. But from everybody in chat saying take care of yourself anyway. So do take it easy and rest up. Chris, as always, thank you for joining us this week.
No problem. I was here most of the time.
Yeah, I actually didn't mind when you fell off. It was quite good. I was like, oh, I can do this on my own. No problem.
Okay, I'll have a week off next week.
No, you won't. We'll do the whole show.
I shall troubleshoot my computer and make sure it's all up and running properly. But I don't know. The chat was still working fine, so I don't know why.
Yeah,
I don't know. Probably Google having fun.
Probably Google Hangouts doing its thing.
Yeah, or if you've got any extensions on that block stuff, I find that so sometimes. But never mind. And obviously me, thank you, me, because I don't know what I'm thinking.
Thank you, Fox, for running an excellent show.
Oh yeah, just checks in the mail, dude.
Oh.
Well, thank you to all everybody who's been watching. You're all brilliant. Thank you for all your support and handliness. What? No, that's not even a word. Friendliness.
No, that's not a word.
I don't even know where I'm going with it now. I'm going to stop now because even I'm waffling and talking nonsense now.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
So as always, thank you very much for watching. Do stay tuned for next week's show, and until then, it's goodbye from one of them.
Me? Hello, bye, hi. Yeah,
hello,
bye.
Hi, what?
Bye, hello, bye.
Goodbye from the other one of them.
Bye all. Good night.
And goodbye from me. Adios, amoebas. So take care of yourselves. We'll see you next week.
Bye.